Hi everyone, Joe March here, also known as Psycho Sorcerer, and I just got back from Gen Con, one of the biggest tabletop gaming conventions there is. I got to bring my son with me. Last year I brought him too, but he had the kids wristband thing, only doing kid events. This year he was fully badged. We got to have a fun time, but that's not what this video is about. What this video is about is the day before I went to Gen Con, I did an interview with Friarside for his channel, and that video is coming out on August 6th at 2:30 p.m. And this, of course, is 2025 if you're watching this when it happened. So if it's before August 6th at 2:30 p.m. 2025, then you can find the premiere link, the link for the premiere of that video, in the description of this video. And if it is after that time, well, then the link to the full interview will be in the description of this video. And I got the opportunity to watch and listen to the recorded session earlier today, because now I'm back from Gen Con, and man, I feel like that conversation went really well. So he has titled it Awakening to the True Self, which is the overall topic we're talking about. It also works really well if you've been watching my channel and were interested in more about what I was talking about in my last video, because I was having trouble trying to describe what I was experiencing in that video, but I feel like in talking to Friar Pezzle, who has experienced similar things, that conversation between the two of us will get more across on what I'm talking about than I could have ever done on my own. So if you're interested in the topics we talk about here, you're probably going to like it. I'd say click on the link and give yourself the reminder if it's before August 6th, 2:30 p.m. 2025, or click on the link and just watch it if it is after that time. And either way, I'm going to give you a little snippet right now of what that interview was like so that you can see if it's for you. And if it is, check it out.
Terrence McKenna talked about the transcendental other. And so he was just saying, like, there's a transcendental other, and people just kind of put different faces on it based on what they can sort of understand or what they relate to. My personal opinion is that transcendental other that you see, whether it's Krishna or Grays or whatever, or the Holy Guardian Angel, is actually you as the witness consciousness. But from the standpoint of the apparent self, the ego construct, it has to be an other. And then you kind of cross that barrier and you become the witness consciousness, and you are truly it. And then that's when you can look at your ego construct from the inside out and start really seeing yourself.
I've been trying when I write in my journal to use the term reflection because I think it's the best one. And you see this in is it in what was that book? Geez, I can't even remember now. Not the Kabbalah, the one with the it's gone. Whatever, it'll come back at some point.
Okay.
But the idea, you've seen the picture before where they have the triangles from the elements pointed but connected, and like one of them's dipping down in the water, and it's the top is the reflection of the bottom.
Right. Yeah, that's an old drawing, I think, of the wizard with his elbows out. There's one of those.
Yeah, and I like to think of that concept of like a reflection, because the idea that, especially when I'm talking about deities and things, because people are trying to understand what's a deity, what's this and that. And it's like, well, there's the eternity is what I call it, but it's the all is probably what most people would say, or the source, or whatever language they want to use. You have the eternity, and then you have reflections of it, and the different reflections of it could be what you would consider the different gods or this or that, but they aren't the eternity. When you look at one of them, it's like you're not getting the whole picture because you're only getting a reflection. But it is a reflection of the entire thing. Like, it is simultaneously the whole thing, but yet you're not seeing the whole thing, I guess, would be a way to put it.
Right. And I've heard that talked about in Patanjali yoga a lot. There's also the I that you think you are in when you're in the ego construct is also called reflected consciousness, meaning it is the same light, but in a from a slightly different perspective. So yeah, I'm totally on board with that.
Yep. And I think that I've now taken that. I used to think of that like that's explanation of the gods, end of story. And now I'm like, no, it keeps going further down. And that's also an explanation of us. Like, we are also our own different unique reflections of the all, or entity, or the eternity, whatever you want to call it. But we really aren't. We really are the eternity. Like, that witness consciousness is the eternity experiencing something. Yeah. and it's experiencing its own reflection, and that the specific reflection it's experiencing right now is us, like whatever one what your existence is, that experience of that particular dulled reflection, if that
Right.
makes sense. That
No,
almost makes us sound like Lester, and I don't mean it that way, but I mean like
no. Vivekananda talked a lot about the mirror analogy and how, like, if you want to understand yourself better, polish the mirror.
right.
There's a lot of references to mirrors in these different, like, there's Toltec references to mirrors. There, you're the mirror of other people are the mirror of you. By the way, I am gonna write a damn book.
Nice.
You heard it here first. And it's gonna really sort of be, it's almost gonna be like the infographic of books, where I just want to do lots and lots of diagrams to lay these things out in a way that people can just put eyeballs on and go, oh, okay, and not do it in specialty language, so that just anyone can go, oh, that's what you're talking about, because these concepts, like, this is all I think about.
Yeah, I think that's needed. On the last video I put up, I said something about I have all these experiences I've had, but I'm having trouble putting them into words anymore. Like all the newer stuff is just like,
yeah,
you experience it, but how do you describe it? And somebody in the comments said that's what art's for, and I was like, that's brilliant.
That is what art's for.
100% correct. And like what you're saying right now reminded me of that, where it's like, I'm going to put a lot of drawings in it. It's like, hell yeah, that's what you need to do. That's going to get the actual concept across, because we can't really describe these things in words. My journal is a mess. My journal has reflections in some places and self in some places. And now I've gotten to the point where I'll be like, this is the messenger self. This is the regular self. This is the eternity looking through itself. But they're all me, but only one's the real me. And it's like, oh my God. Like, like if you can get through the word salad, then you're following my brain exactly, but it's not for everybody. It's like, that's why it's my journal. It's not, these things aren't on my channel because I'm like, I don't know how to explain this to someone else. Like,
right. And I've been sort of obsessed with the metastructure literature, of which there is a body of literature across a lot of different religions. Like it's the super high end stuff, and by cross comparing it, I can get to the common, like, oh, this is the thing you're talking about. And this is that piece, and this is that piece. So things like Aparochnabhuti, which is the Shankaracharya Advaita Vedanta genesis of the cosmos and you, and how that all interrelates, or the Kabbalistic literature like Sefer Yetzirah, which is the Book of Formation. There's a few of them, and I'm starting to really get it all together and go, I really think you guys are all talking about the same thing, and I really want to capture that stuff.